Go. What's going on, people? It's your boy, Stay Connected, people. Reacting today, Myron Gaines breaking down, exposing what happens when dating apps give everyday women top tier access, people. Let's get into this one right about now. Let's go, people. Let's go, people, man. Let's go.
In chess, the queen is the strongest piece. It can go in many directions, in any direction that it wants. That is modern. However, you can lose the queen and the game is still not lost. And the best part is you can get a pawn to the other side and turn that bitch into a queen. But if the king is surrounded, the game is over. But you guys need to understand this, that these women absolutely use that power to the best of their abilities. They move in many directions, as many spaces as they want. But they're not special. They're not. All right, so here's another thing right here. So Myron tells a story about an encounter she had with a man she met on a dating app where he hopped down on another while they were out on a date together.
I kid you not, this experience had me leaving the bar crying this weekend, so let's get into it. So a couple weeks ago, I went on...
And just so you guys know, I find it interesting, once again, have no problems with telling embarrassing stories of themselves, saying, I haven't watched this video, but I already know she's probably going to say something that's going to make her look right? And the reason why they're okay with saying things that make them look is because no one ever tells them they're except for me, of course, okay? I talk about this in detail in my books, Why Women Deserve Less. Book number 1, Why Women Deserve Less, and then obviously book number 2, Why Women Deserve Even Less, and then book number 3 is coming very soon, Why They Deserve Nothing, which honestly is probably going to come sooner than I expected because this shit is starting to get ridiculous. But I digress. You can get it on Amazon.com right now. Hardcover only or Kindle because Chris is a and a drunk. But anyway, get the book. But right? Don't ever get told that there's, fortunately, they never do, right? They never do. And you add in the fact that they never get told that they're stupid. They get validation on the internet, they get likes, they get comments, etc. And then next thing you know, they're recording themselves saying, telling embarrassing stories like this. So let's see what happens.
This date with this guy from Raya, I believe. And
okay, number 1, she went on a date with a guy from Raya. For those of you that don't know what Raya is, because a lot of you guys are normies and you might not know what Raya is.
Yeah, what is Raya?
Raya is a dating app, okay, that you...
I never had it. I've only had the Hinge, of this Instagram, Tinder, Bumble, and that's about it.
Must be invited to use.
Monkey.
Okay, it's for basically celeb guys and rich guys. I'll keep it out. I'll just tell y'all niggas what it is. Okay, that's what the it is. Okay, that's what the it is. All right. Not necessarily. Normie guys can't get on it. You got to get an invite, be famous, or be rich to get on it. But girls get on it all the time. Girls can just get on it just to get on it. So off rip, she's already limiting her pool of men by being on Raya. Okay. Yeah. See, a lot of them here are like, what the fuck is Raya? I know. I know, bro. I know.
Honestly, it was a very chill date. It was like a Tuesday morning, 10 a.m., coffee, walk in the park date on a nice day. Okay, very chill. Don't get me wrong, the date was fine. Nothing happened.
And I love how she just saying Raya like it's nothing. This is what I mean when I say live life on easy mode, bro. This is what I mean when I say live life on easy mode.
Yeah, she was treating that like a normal dating app, like Instagram, TikTok. You know what I mean? All these new, she's just like, whatever.
She doesn't even understand that the guy that she's talking to, just off of him being on Raya alone, you're already talking to a top dude. You already are talking to a top dude. People said it's a sugar daddy app. I wouldn't say it's a sugar daddy app, but and here's another thing too. For here, bro, I've been telling y'all to use sugar sites forever. People are like, Myron, you're on a sugar site. Yeah, I've been telling you to use it for years. Why? Because, okay, it's so fucking annoying that I even have to explain this shit to normies. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, okay, let me tell y'all something about women care a lot about how they meet you, okay? They want to meet you on a frame where it's it's kind of exclusive, okay? So meeting a girl at let's say a club is not going to hold the same weight as meeting her on a yacht. Do you get that? Do you get that? Because a lot of you don't understand this. So when I tell you guys get on the sugar,
it's definitely how you meet them. Definitely.
it's like you
Why do you think they always remember that once you're with them, and with them for a very long time? They'll always bring up how you met them, if you have kids with them. That's if your kid asks us, how did you meet Dad? And you know what I mean?
Like, oh, because you guys don't understand how. If I take your, right? Some of you dirty, dusty right now in the chat, right? And I had you meet the girl, same outfit, same everything, right? At a nightclub, in the general admission, she's probably not gonna take that interaction as seriously. However, let's say you get a yacht, you charter a yacht, and you have 30 girls there, 50 girls there, and she's one of them, and you meet her on the yacht, that interaction is gonna go way further than you meeting her at the club, okay? Same thing with dating apps. A girl's not gonna take an interaction seriously on Tinder versus if she meets you on a Raya or if she meets you on a sugar site. Now, the key is to not be a fuck about it. You must understand that if you're gonna meet a girl on a sugar site, you have to filter out the thoughts that just want money, okay? And that's very easy. You just say, yo, like what I used to put on my and a lot of you guys are like, yo, your bio's cringe or whatever. Yeah, it's purposely upfront and rude and very, how do I say this, like almost elitist. Why? So I can filter out the that want money. That is why the profile is the way that it is, okay? And that's why so many people stole it from me, actually, by the way. So many people steal my profile pictures and my bio, talk shit, but it works because I'm filtering out the girls that are just trying to get money from me, and they know, oh, this guy's not a sucker or so they know how to approach me, because what ends up happening is the girls message you on there more, on the sugar sites. You actually control the frame for once, okay? Anyway, I digress. So it's very important how you meet girls. Now, what she's not telling you guys is that Raya, like I said before, is an invite-only exclusive app where you gotta be a somebody to even get on there as a guy. Girls, on the other hand, if you're cute enough, you just get accepted. It doesn't matter, okay? So again, been living life on easy mode, and they don't even know what the opportunities they're getting.
And really, I mean, it was like just not very notable overall. I didn't really plan on giving him a second date, but you know, he's a nice guy, so if he had hit me up.
That's crazy. The way she said, but he was a nice guy, but you know.
To go on a second date, like I probably would have.
So, why? Probably because he has some money, probably has some status, etc. Right? And you know, she'll sit there and go on a second date with a guy she doesn't like that much, right? But this probably won't even answer a text from like 20 guys that are trying to hit her up.
We had texted a bit after the date. He texted me a couple times. I responded, but it wasn't anything like super crazy. Regardless of this, it was pretty irrelevant to me in my life. I went out to the bar on Saturday with two of my girlfriends. It was a new bar. I've never been here before. It was fun. We had a table. We were there with the promoter.
We had a table. No, you didn't. The promoter had the table. They brought you there because dudes paid for the table.
It was a good time. I liked the bar itself. Me and my friends.
Girls never pay for tables ever, chat. Understand?
I'm not gonna lie. That's true. They always go onto tables. For what I've been seeing, my own perspective. You know what I mean? Real talk.
And that whenever girls say I'm at a table, red flag. You didn't pay for that, bro. Who the fuck are you fooling? You know what I mean? I just love how like I gotta watch this with you guys to like educate you on like what the fuck is really going on here, right? You make it sound like they got the table. No, you didn't. The promoter got the table, could pay for the table, and you're just there, okay? You didn't pay for anything.
Are dancing.
And never pay for anything, and they get insulted if they have to pay for anything.
On the dance floor, and nearby there's like three guys, you know, around our age, and there's three of us. So naturally, like one of them comes over and hits on one of my friends. Granted, I'm the one like standing with my back towards them, so there's like the three of them, and then the three of us, and I'm the one like with my back towards them, and they can see the other two of my friends. And the one that goes over to my friend, they start chatting. I'm not really paying much attention. I see that there's two other ones. I'm like, okay, great. Like I know what's coming. And the second one goes over to my second friend. Of course, I'm like last pick, you know, type shit. But it's okay. I was like, you know what? I'm really not trying to like three-man right now. So I leave and I kind of just don't attend to the guys. And I go to the table to get another drink. Mind you, that I'm sitting at the table. I'm chatting up some random people at the table. It's fun. It's chill.
Yeah, dudes that paid for the table. She won't say that though.
I look over and I see my friends hitting off with these guys. Good for them. They deserve it.
I love how women tell these stories and never like give real context of what the fuck is going on. Bro, they're at a table, probably with some rich old guys, right? They didn't find it that attractive, hence these guys come from the dance floor and talk to the chicks. So she's entertaining the guys that are actually paying for the table while her friends be and talk to the dudes. That's what's really going on. But again, they never tell the truth about like this. They don't want y'all to know this because a lot of y'all would get irate if you guys understood and knew how they really move on this.
But then I get a closer look at one of the guys that my friend is talking to. And obviously it's this guy that I went on the date with. And I'm not like 100% sure it's him because we were talking on the date about how he doesn't go out like ever and it's just like not his thing.
I don't know why she cares so much, you know what I mean? She was just not showing no interest. She didn't want him. And now that she finally sees him again with her friend or whatever, like, you messed that up for yourself. You told him you was not interested. You went about your time. Like that was your loss. Why are you caring so now? It's just weird.
So I'm like, is this like really him? Like he said he doesn't really go out, so I don't know. It could just be someone similar. He doesn't have a very like distinctive look. He's not anything super crazy good looking. So
yeah, so that tells you right there why'd you go with him? Because he got status, bro. That's why.
That was easy.
Probably had some money. Probably had.
I'm telling you, people, man. This will show you most of the time about this.
Maybe a social media following or some shit like that. Hence why he was on Raya.
Yeah, but then I get a little closer and I see that it is him. And then he looks at me and he's like, oh shit. Like he makes the oh shit face, you know. Uh-oh, he got caught. And he comes over to me. He leaves.
Bro, why do you gotta even like? Why does he care? Like I'd be like, oh yeah, your friend. Yeah, your friends. Dude, see, you can't be like scared of these bitches, bro. Like what? I would just be like, yeah, your friend's hotter. I'm just gonna talk to her. I don't think me and you hit it off. And I'll just tell straight like that's her face, bro. Like I don't give a man. Like yo, never let these like bully you or make you think like, oh, I gotta do X, Y, Z. Like fuck here, man. Out of here, dude. Like these are not special, and you have to. And it's and I know it's hard for you guys to hear that because like a lot of you guys like aren't used to hearing that. You know, aren't special. Don't honor them like that or whatever. But like that's how you guys really gotta move. Okay.
He's my friend. He doesn't even say bye to her. He just comes over to me, and then I'm like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Do I know you?" And he was like, "Yeah, we went on a date." I was like, "I know we went on a date. Like, I know you. Like, you're hitting on my friend right there. Like, are you kidding me? You hit on her in front of me." Like, he was like, "I didn't even know it was you. Like, whatever." And I was like, "Okay, but you're still hitting on my friend. You're still hitting on my friend, bro." What the hell? And then he's just making up lies, whatever.
Those girls aren't her friends. Those are just chicks that she goes to the club with, bro.
And he's just kind of being out to me, like yelling at me, and
why is he yelling at her?
I'm just not having it. Like he's like, "You're being crazy." I'm like,
I don't believe her.
But we went on a date. Like that's rude. Like, do you not understand? Like, apologize.
Yeah, I think that part right there was just exaggerated. Like she just added certain layers, certain parts just to make it look like, yo, like what the hell, innit? Yeah, it don't make sense.
It's like I don't know.
Why the f does he need to apologize to you? Yo, these are so entitled, bro. It's like annoying. Why the fuck does he need to apologize to you, bitch? Like for what? You're at a club being a whore at some table. Why the fuck should he apologize? Notice how she's not telling you that she was at a club at some table drinking their liquor and he's got to apologize. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Are you serious?
So then honestly, his friend has to apologize to me. His friend.
Bro, see, this is what, yo, this is why are insufferable, chat. This is why. This is why they behave the way that they do, man. Like, you're at a club. He doesn't owe you a goddamn thing. You're in some other action. Notice how she's not telling y'all that.
That was easy.
A promoter brought you there, who's probably a dude. You're there at another dude's section drinking their liquor. He doesn't owe you anything. This ego is insane. You look like every white chick in the city that you live in. Like, what are you talking about?
It's over 9,000!
Yo, so when I tell you guys these are out of control, this is what I'm talking about, bro. The entitlement is insane. Yo, never apologize to these bitches. Never make it like, oh, I'm so sorry I got caught talking to another girl. That they talk to dudes.
Yeah, like you literally said, I'm not attracted to this person no more. Like, bye-bye. Like, why should that person later on, when you see them with someone else, or see them chat to one of your people, even if he did know or didn't know, why would that be a problem now? You literally told him, I'm not interested with you. Bye.
Dudes all the time, bro.
Sense.
The biggest womanizer, okay? The biggest womanizers. Men. They're not talking probably to half the amount of that regular are talking to men, bro. Get that through your head. I need you guys to understand a very uncomfortable truth. Shout out to Drama 586. The top men that are getting all the girls barely talk to maybe half of the amount of men that average talk to. Do you get that? Why? Because have men in compartmentalized roles, okay? They're not like us. We deal with 99% of the time for access and that's it. Deal with men for not just access, that's the minority, but the majority is for other benefits. It is not uncommon for a girl that lives in a major city that's high cost to have someone in her phone as Uber, Uber Eats, club guy, sugar daddy, or rent guy, right? Or food guy, or some other repair guy. It is not uncommon for girls to have men in these roles in their phone. You get that? So never let a make you feel bad or sorry or guilty for talking to other. Get the fuck out of here. Average girls are talking to easily anywhere between 5 to 20 different dudes that have different compartmentalized roles. And the hotter the girl is, the more of these she has, okay? Average have this access. So more attractive girls have even more of this access. A phone is literally, as they famously say, a box of, like, they can just do whatever they want. Access on the internet is insane. Access to men to use them is insane. And you guys will never understand. And I'll be honest with y'all. A lot of you guys are not going to know this because a lot of you guys don't even talk to or be around them like that. A lot of you guys don't. A lot of you guys live in some random town in New Hampshire. There's like 1 or 2 hot girls in the town. You don't talk to her. You just see her at the grocery store. Act all weird and shit like that. So I got it. You guys got to live vicariously through me. So let me tell y'all, okay? Average all the way attractive have a level of access to men that you will never fathom. You will never understand it. Your regular in your town, or even the hottest girl in your town, is more than likely has access to, or has talked to, or has the ability to deal.
Yeah, I agree, man. For what I've seen so far throughout my life, and me having to understand what a woman is and how women act and act in the way. Yeah, man, he's not lying.
With men that are of.
And just when I hear females talk, I'm like, wow, is that how they're talking? You start to realize that, damn, that's crazy the way they're talking.
Significant stature.
Or just overhearing stuff.
I've told you this story before, but I'll say it again. The analogy. In chess, the queen is the strongest piece. It could go in many directions, in any direction that it wants. That is modern. However, you can lose the queen and the game is still not lost. And the best part is you can get a pawn to the other side and turn that bitch into a queen. But if the king is surrounded, the game is over. But you guys need to understand this, that these women absolutely use that power to the best of their abilities. They move in many directions, as many spaces as they want. But they're not special. They're not. Nobody wants to hear this. It sounds up. It's misogynistic, right? But it is the truth. But you guys must understand that this is how the world works in 2026 and beyond. The internet has fucked it up for everybody else. And I talk about this in detail.
And definitely, the internet has messed it up for both men and women, I would say. Men and women both. But definitely have more egos for more women, though. Definitely. Detail
in the book, and I don't mean to plug the book crazy, even though the book is awesome. It's nice and short because we deserve less. But I go into more detail on this in the book about how technology has completely taken the intersectional dynamics between men and women and thrown it on the top of his head, bro. These are out of control. Out of control. Think about it. This just telling a story about going on a date with a guy who was higher status than herself. She admits it was fun, but she might not go on a second date with him. It was okay. Then she's at a nightclub with a promoter at some tables, because we know don't pay for anything, and she has the gall to try to get this guy to apologize for her for hitting on her friends when she's at a club at a nigga section, bro. Like, what?
Bumblecard.
What? Insane. But it's because nobody ever tells these girls or calls them out on their bullshit. She's telling this story like we're like we don't know that she's at some nigga table trying to tell this guy to apologize. You bitch. What the fuck? Crazy. The entitlement is out of control, bro. It's literally out of control.
Friend is apologizing, like the other friend that's talking to my second friend. He's like apologizing on his behalf because the friend, obviously, the guy I went on a date with, he's obviously like leaving and running away to the bathroom after this because he's embarrassed, rightfully so. And yeah, the second friend's apologizing on his behalf because it's just humiliating. And yeah, then this guy that I went on the date with, he ends up leaving.
Hey people, do you think the story is even true, even regardless, or is it just made up? I don't know. This sounds a bit over like you know when people add stories and add layers. Sounds like that.
And going gambling, you know, what a class guy right there, yeah. And I block him on everything and we're done. But, you know, I was having a bad day, so I ended up crying. Not really because of this, but it was like one thing after the next that day. Yeah, so it was just not a good moment for me. But anyways,
She ended up crying.
I'm having a bad day. The guy that I went on the date with, he ends up leaving and going gambling. You know, what a class
Well, he probably has money, which is why she wanted him in the first place.
guy right there, yeah. And I
You're at a table. You're at tables drinking their liquor. Shut up. Gambling is for losers, yes, but you're at a table drinking their liquor. Shut the fuck up.
block him on everything and we're done. But, you know, I was having a bad day, so I ended up crying. Not really because of this, but it was like one thing after the next.
Yeah, because she's a whore. She probably has to do to make money. She's unstable. Bro, just so you guys know, that like randomly cry like this, like this chick. I'm having a bad day, whatever. Translation, I'm a okay? Call it a spade, bro. Let's just call it what the fuck it is, bro. All right? I'm having a bad day. I'm just crying. Bro, girls that randomly cry are bro, okay?
Bomba!
They're and don't let anybody try to on your head and tell you it's raining, bro. These girls that just cry randomly are 9 out of 10 times. They do some or they've done some it catches back up to them and they randomly cry. You guys want to know when I realized this? Like, I mean, I've known this for a while, but you want to know who cries a lot randomly? These. All right, these will make $300,000 a month before you cry for 30 minutes a day. I'm telling y'all, bro. It's not natural for a chick to share her body with a bunch of random on the internet. And it's also not natural for a girl to behave like a promiscuous 304, contrary to what feminism tells her, okay? Fresh, like, look, you guys go ahead and talk about Fresh all you guys want. Oh, just don't get big, whatever. He does, bro. He does. I know a lot of y'all, you know, are mad or jealous at this guy because he gets, you're like, oh, he's ugly, blah, blah. Look, man, he does it. He was seeing his girl for a while, okay? I used to call her Brown, okay? He was seeing his girl for a bit, or no, not her. No, it's not Brown. It's some other bit. Not Brown. Somebody else. He was seeing his girl, and this girl, like, knew a lot of these girls that do this, like, oh, whatever the fuck maybe, right? And he'd always be around these, and, yo, they'd randomly cry all the time. They would always randomly cry. Making $300K a month, $100,000 a month, $200K a month, whatever. Celebs hitting them up, all this jet flying, limousine riding. These bitches are basically Ric Flair, bro. Real talk, man. Okay?
Bomba card!
But they're crying all the time. Why? Because being a whore it pays financially, but it costs you later.
It's like when they say if you do the crime, you pay the time.
Pays financially, but it costs you later.
Yeah, so it was just not a good moment.
Yeah, these girls cry all the time, like I told you guys before, because they're
for me. But anyways, I don't know, am I crazy? I think that's kind of like a little crazy. Like, and he just was so defensive about it that I was like, okay, like maybe we like apologize. I don't know. He's like, do you really think I'm that type of guy? I was like, I don't know you. Like, we went on one date. Like, why would I help justify this action? I don't know. Maybe I'm
never should have apologized. You should have told her, like, you're here at a club with shut up.
crazy, but did not like that at all. And I just think there's such a lack of respect.
Yo, you're at a club with at a no. The audacity is crazy, bro. The audacity of these women is insane, dude. Insane. These will be at a nigga section. You'll talk to a girl they know or their friend and they'll say, that's disrespectful. Bitch, you're at a nigga section. Oh, but it's different. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. And yo, how much y'all want to bet if I go on her TikTok that there's going to be a bunch of bitches saying like, oh, yeah, you go, girl, slay, blah, blah, blah. That's why girls say this shit on the internet, bro.
Especially on TikTok.
They say this shit on the internet because no one checks them. No one tells them they're stupid. No one tells them they're wrong. It's like, you can do no wrong, bro. It's insane. It's insane. That Lexi should be what it is.
There you go, people. There you go.